If your dating apps feel dead, no matches, no replies, no results, then this video is for you. And no, it might not necessarily be your profile. Over the last few years, dating apps have quietly changed how the algorithms work, and most guys are not even aware of it. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how bans and shadow bans work in 2026, how guys are getting around it, and most importantly, how to tell if it's happening to you, whether dating apps like it or not. First, let's start off with an uncomfortable truth. You get banned off any app at any time without any explanation. That's the unfortunate reality of dating apps in 2026. However, there are definitely some things you can do to significantly mitigate your risk of getting banned or shadow banned. I'm going to share them with you later on in this video. Also, if you do get banned, it's not the end of the word, because I'm going to show you some workarounds that you can use. Let's start off with Tinder. Tinder has two types of bans that guys commonly run into. The first is a hard ban. So this is basically will be like you will get logged out of your account, and when you log back in, Tinder will tell you your account is banned. Or they might do the cowardly thing and they just simply won't let you log back in. So that's how you know you're hard banned. And for that, there's only one solution, which we'll talk about a little bit later. The second and much more confusing one is the Tinder shadow ban. Now, with a shadow ban, everything looks normal at first. Your profile will look the same. You'll still be able to swipe right, left, and right. And if you have Tinder Gold or Platinum, you'll see likes accumulating in your queue. However, you will not be able to match with any of those likes. When you go to do that, you'll just keep getting an error. Also, when you try to message some of the girls you already have a conversation going with, it will look like the message went through, but then a day later, the message disappears. So there's essentially two ways to tell whether you've been shadow banned. They're super easy. If you have Tinder Gold or Platinum, just simply start liking some of the girls who like you already, who are sitting in your like queue. And if you keep getting error messages, then you're shadow banned. Now, if you get error messages some of the time and some of the likes go through, then chances are it's just a glitch. Also, if you have the free version, all you have to do is just message some of the girls you already have a conversation going with, and if the message disappears a day later, then unfortunately, you're shadow banned. When it comes to fixing this, appeals almost never work. It's like a joke. Whether you're shadow banned or full-on banned, what you have to do is a full profile reset. For that, you need two things. Number one is going to be a new phone device. And you can get a cheap burner phone on eBay or Amazon for like 30 bucks, so it's not too bad. And you need yourself a new phone number, so you can use your friend's or parents' phone number. I personally use an app called Hush. I pay $5 a month. I get a brand new phone line that I can use to verify any Tinder account or anything else. Now, I will say that if you want to be cautious, you should change your date of birth slightly, maybe a few days in either direction, and you can crop your photos by like 1%, so they're technically different. But you don't have to get a brand new set of photos or anything like that like you would with Hinge. And that's basically it. If you do that, you should be able to good to get back on Tinder. And if you've been shadow banned, delete your account, wait 24 to 48 hours, and then recreate. Next, let's move on to Bumble. They're owned by a different company and honestly are a lot more chill. They still have hard bans, and those work exactly the same as the ones on Tinder. They're super obvious. But when it comes to the shadow bans, they actually give you a chance to recover. If you get a Bumble shadow ban, you'll notice that your likes just completely fell off a cliff. They'll start coming in a lot more slowly and a lot more sparingly. Also, matches will slow down, and when you run a boost, it will no longer be effective. You'll get like 1 or 2 matches from one boost, whereas before you used to get a lot more. However, what Bumble will not do, unlike Tinder, is they will not actually prevent you from matching girls who already like you. You're not going to get those endless error loops, and they will not prevent you from messaging the girls you're already talking to. On Bumble, visibility will often come back if you stop what they call suspicious activity. That means constantly changing your location. Completely stop doing that. That means constantly tinkering with your profile photos. Just leave it as is for now. And that means also mass spamming girls the same exact opener or mass swiping out right on every girl. So you just want to slow down. So what you want to do is spend 1 or 2 weeks just using the app very sparingly. Swipe right on the girls you find attractive, swipe left on everyone else. Be custom with your openers. Don't send the same thing over and over again. And don't edit your profile and don't change your location. Usually, if you do that for a few weeks, your visibility will return on its own. However, if it does not, you need to do a full profile reset, just like we talked about with Tinder. And last up, we got Hinge. And they are by far the strictest app. So if you get banned from them, they will just outright tell you. There's not going to be any mystery. And believe it or not, Hinge does not do shadow bans in the traditional sense. They will just slowly bury your profile. It will just feel like your matches are slowly dropping off. Unlike Bumble or Tinder, this will not happen overnight. This will happen slowly. And also, unlike Bumble or Tinder, this is not about being a suspicious user. This has to do with your profile performance, which primarily means you have shitty photos and you're not getting matches. Also, if you have a weak response rate and you have a bunch of conversations piled up of girls you didn't respond to, That's going to signal to Hinge that you're not a serious user, which means they're going to show your profile less. The biggest thing by far though is your photos. So if you're not getting results, then you need to focus on improving your photos. Also, don't let a bunch of conversations sit there where the girl responded to you and you just didn't message her back. That's not going to look good. So what you need to do is either respond back to the girl, or if you're not interested, unmatch her. It's going to look a lot better from Hinge's perspective. Now, if you are truly banned from Hinge, there's really only one thing you can do, which is recreate your account. However, it is very dicey when it comes to this app because they're extremely aggressive about rebanning accounts. So you're going to need, in addition to a new phone and a new phone number, you're also going to need new photos. Cutting them by 1% is not usually going to do the trick when it comes to Hinge. And even if you do everything right, there's still a good chance that you're going to get rebanned a day or two later. I would say when it comes to Tinder and Bumble, if you recreate the account with the stuff I mentioned, you have about an 80-90% chance of being able to keep your profile for a significant period of time. With Hinge, if you do everything right and get new photos, there's still about a 50% chance you can get rebanned. So unfortunately, they're an extremely difficult app. Now, let's talk about how to minimize your risk of getting banned or shadow banned in the first place. Across all apps, two things matter the most. First, don't look suspicious. That means don't be constantly changing your location, don't be mass swiping on every single girl, and also don't be sending the same exact opener to every single girl. It's okay to recycle openers that are working effectively, but occasionally you want to switch it up, which by the way is where fire texts come in, because you can just upload photos of the girl and it'll give you a custom tailored opener. These are more effective as well. The point is simple. Don't look like a bot. Also, don't let a bunch of matches just pile up where you didn't respond to the girl. Either unmatch her if you're no longer interested, or respond. That's also going to give you a small algorithm boost as well. Also, the most important thing is don't get reported. And the best way to do that is just not to get angry and respond in an emotional manner. If the girl's being a bitch, just simply unmatch her. Light callouts are fine where you're like, if you're too nervous, I understand, or something like that, but don't say anything that come off as insulting. And most importantly, if you have a bad date, make sure to unmatch the girl right before you go home, before the date even ends, so she doesn't get a chance to go home and report you. In conclusion, big dating apps are very frustrating. They'll ban you for no reason, give you no chance to explain yourself, and they'll still happily charge your credit card if you forget to cancel. However, I think the juice is worth a squeeze if you have a really good profile. For example, I met my girlfriend of 5 years on Bumble, and that would have never happened if I quit the first time I got banned. All right, hope you guys found this video valuable, and also something very important. As you know, YouTube does not like promoting these raw dating advice videos. And unfortunately, only 3.4% of the people who subscribe to my channel actually hit the bell for notification and have the notifications turned on. So that's why a lot of you guys are not seeing my videos. So just quickly go over there, hit the bell, and make sure you turn on all notifications on YouTube so you don't miss any of my content. It'll take 5 seconds and it'll be extremely worth it. Thank you guys, and until next time.